Salakia, back at it. Verse 19, if ye were of the world would love his own, but because you're not of the world, right? Because I was mentioning how we worship a specific power. They worship other deities. They worship other things. We worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We're a different world than them. Okay? Salakia, I should have put this on Do Not Disturb. Verse 20. No. Continuing on verse 19, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Right, because we were chosen out of this world, and the world hate us because of what we believe and what we stand for. That alone, it should never be because of your actions. We're supposed to be hated for the truth's sake, for the sake of the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not because we got shitty personalities. No, we're hated because of the things that we believe. Okay? Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Right? Saying what? They hated Yahushai, right? And we're not greater than the master. We're under him. So meaning we have to also go through some level of persecution like how he did. You know? Like how they kept his saying, they'll keep ours also, right? That's what they were all about when Yahushua was on the scene, and they were getting that jealousy. Some wanted the power, some just straight up was getting their money messed with because Yahushua was performing miracles, right? You had them wicked high priests that was making money, and they knew they would lose their congregation because of Yahushua, right? And what? They after that smear campaign, all right, upon all of them. Okay. Well, guess what? That's the same thing that you see happening today. You see IUIC calling us all these different bad things, calling us bums. You know, if you were really an Israelite, a true Israelite that loved their brother, if you really loved your brother, you wouldn't do things like that. You know, you would acknowledge that even if you don't agree with us, all right, you shouldn't be lying on nobody's name. Okay, you shouldn't be doing those things, slandering your brother. You're instead of an Edomite. That's what Esau does. He slanders his own mother's brother. That's what's said about him. You see? But what? Since that happened to the Lord, it's going to happen to us to some degree, some more than others. Some are going to actually be brought up before judges and have their head cut off, right? Some are just going to be straight up on the run, okay? Things like that, all right? Whatever lot you find yourself in, though, hey, push to the end. The scriptures say, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Matter of fact, let me grab that. That's Sirach 4. And 28. Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right. So strive for this truth, man, unto death, and the Lord's going to fight for you. Okay. Meaning the Lord's going to be behind you no matter what. No matter what you're going through. Okay. No matter what you got to go through. No matter what your lot is. Luke 9:26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed. Right. Because, and that's another thing too. Another reason I wanted to make this lesson is because this Jake had made a TikTok, and he did it in his ignorance because he believes in a white Jesus. But nonetheless, he has that zeal not according to knowledge. And he said in the video, we live in a world, we're living with the people that persecuted and put a perfect man to death. So why would you care about their opinions? Why would you care about what they think about you? And that's very true. All right, that's why I read what I read in the book of St. John, because Yahushua said he hath chosen us out of the world, right? And the world hates you because it hated me. So we have the mentality of we don't give two shits about what people think about us. When we go out there and teach and people walk by, people make fun of us and laugh at us all the time. Of course, it's not a good feeling to the flesh, but in the spirit, we're like, hey, man, we winning. We know we're doing the right thing when we're getting hatred. You know, if we had a whole crowd of people, all right, loving us, we check ourselves. That's kind of funny. That ain't right. For the most part, you know, the sincere believers is a very small number. Okay? So, for whosoever, Luke 9:26, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, right? Because, see, people like IUIC, they're ashamed of the Lord and his words. That's why they can't teach the things that we teach. They're ashamed of that. All right? They're so ashamed of the Lord, they can't even stop getting shape-ups, man. You understand? These different other camps, man, they got the worldly twist. That's why they can't wear a garment down to the foot, because they're going to look funny. The whole time, that's keeping the law to the best of our ability. You know? See, that's the difference between us and them. We're not ashamed of the Lord and his words. Not even just the physical stuff, but the spiritual stuff as well. They're scared to teach that Jacob's trouble is coming. They're going to lose the women in their congregation. They're afraid of that. They're ashamed of the Lord because of that. All right? So it says, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. Right? So when Yahushua comes back, we're not going to be ashamed, because on this side, we were not ashamed. All right? We won't be put to confusion. We won't be left, all right, to die and to get hit by a missile. All right? Because what? Yahushua is not going to be ashamed of us. Matthew's the 7th chapter. What does it say? You know, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom, right? Those men, they can cry out, Lord, Lord, but what did the Lord say? Depart from me, I never knew you, ye that work iniquity. They are working iniquity. They're sinning upon sin upon sin. All right? Because what? They're ashamed of the Lord. All right? Revelation 2:10. Here's the last precept for the lesson. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Right? So we can't fear anything that we have to go through. Whether you're on the run, whether you're going to be in the prison, whatever. You know? Different things are going to happen to different brothers at different times. We don't know where we're going to be. We just hope to strive for the truth unto death, like I read earlier. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Right? And that's why I said that. Some of us will be in high security prisons. Right? That ye may be tried, right? Because it's for your trial. All right? The scriptures say, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. All right? As though some strange thing happened unto you. No, it ain't gonna be strange, bro. This is what we're doing, teaching the word, whether we like it or not. It's treasonous to Esau. Okay? High level too. It ain't low level. All right? This is high level things. He ain't put his hands on us because he can't. Right now, the Lord isn't letting him. All right? But we got to remember that. We got to remember we're living. That's why it's so unwise to be on the gram, you know, and you showing your videos on Instagram. You know, your coworkers can see that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be wise. That's why Yahushua said, be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Because what we're doing is right now they can't do nothing about it. We got the free speech. But once your basic human rights go out the window, they can come get us. Right now they can't. We're free to do as we please, right? But at some point, that persecution gonna come. That's why you shouldn't be wearing t-shirt fringes to work, to the gym. I remember seeing a dude at the gym like, come on, man, you're putting a target on your back. And I understand you're zealous when you first wake up, but come on, man, you got to be smarter than that, man. You're telling Esau, come get me. You know? That's why you shouldn't be, talking to your coworkers about this. They could look up. They could look up wherever you at, GMS, and then whatever major city you live by, and they're going to see you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the first ones to point the finger at you if the law comes down. And you don't want that. You don't want extra heat on you. You don't want to put more hell on yourself now. You don't want to make it easy for Esau to come get you. All right? It says, but nonetheless, the Lord's going to be with us, right? Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Right, which 10 meaning a perfect amount of days, however many days it may be. It may be a few days, maybe a few months, a day, could be a day, right? Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right? That's why I tell you, we gotta remain faithful, because no matter what happens next, we have to believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna be with us. All the positive precepts that the world likes to read, like the Psalms, that doesn't apply to them. It applies to us. Like Psalms 23, that's not for them. The world likes to read it, right? I remember as Jake in the world quoting the book of Psalms, 1,000 shall fall at thy right? 1,000 at thy left, roughly paraphrasing, right? And they believe in that, and they ain't nothing. They don't worry about stuff like this. We worry in the sense that we know this is coming. They don't. Why do they look at scriptures like that? They're not facing persecution. They're not gonna face persecution like how we are. We the ones that need to believe in that. Philippians 4:13 applies to us, not to the world. I can do all things through Yahushua which strengtheneth me. That applies to us, not them. Those scriptures, all the exhortation scriptures apply to us. It doesn't apply to the world. For what? How? We're the ones that when we apply it, it holds true power. Okay? So remain faithful. Persecution is coming. We got to hold the faith. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, which means immortality. That Yahushua is going to give us that immortality. Not a crown that says life. He's going to give us the immortality, man. And an actual crown, too, according to 2nd Esdras. For I believe 1st and 2nd chapter. Maybe just 2nd or just the 1st. The coronation of the election. Okay? So, persecution's coming, man. We gotta hold the faith. I just wanted to make this quick video, man. Lord's will. This was Salakia, Lord's will. This was edifying and exhorting. I want to say, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of great millstone, which are the men that were well and taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, salutations to the electors. Always shalom.